Futurama, a show so good and so beloved by fans worldwide that it deserves to be cancelled. Again, let me explain how producing 4 series finales can lead to making for a better show.
Shut up and get to the point!
Futurama, a universe that's as unpredictable as it is beloved, faced cancellations not once, not twice, but 3 times, only to emerge stronger and more innovative each time. But of course, we can't talk about Futurama without first mentioning The Simpsons. The show that creator Matt Groening first had profound success with on Fox back in the 1990s. Fox was desperate for new content and agreed to leave Matt and the team alone to make The Simpsons as they saw fit. The Simpsons crushed on TV as it pushed boundaries and led the way for shows such as Beavis and Butthead, South Park, and Family Guy. I'm talking golden era Simpsons here, of course. This led Fox to hound Matt for another show.
Not long ago, the Fox network approached the producers of The Simpsons with a simple request: 35 new shows to fill a few holes in their programming lineup.
Eventually, inspired by sci-fi shows at the time, like Doctor Who and Lost in Space, Matt had decided,
The hell with cartoons. I'm gonna do what I've always dreamed of. I'm gonna write that sitcom about the sassy robot.
However, for his second show on Fox, they were not as open to creative freedoms, constantly meddling with the show's production process, dooming it to be cancelled from the start.
You call this writing? If I puked in a fountain pen and mailed it to the monkey house, I'd get better scripts.
But sir, at Harvard they
at Harvard they taught you? Hit the streets, egghead. You should have majored in not getting fired.
Immediately, concerns arose after agreeing to Matt's original pitch in April of 1998 for the first 13 episodes of Futurama, Fox saying the show was too dark and mean-spirited. Fox had expected a Simpsons in space, but was shocked to find aliens with Italian accents, identifiable brands on futuristic products, and coin-operated suicide booths. They didn't understand why the plot kept happening off of Earth. Fox even took issue with the animation studio chosen, Rough Draft Korea, even though it was the same studio the Simpsons were using and founded. In fact, Fox went so far as to fire the voice actors selected for Fry and Leela before the show even begun, leaving showrunners scrambling to quickly find replacements. Let's unravel the story of how these issues weren't setbacks, but pivotal moments that transformed Futurama into a cultural phenomenon. From the brink of extinction to soaring new creative heights, this is the saga of Futurama's cancellations and their unexpected impact on its timeless legacy. From its inception, Futurama dazzled audiences with its unique blend of futuristic whimsy and heartfelt storytelling. But behind the scenes, the show faced a series of challenges that would test its resilience and redefine its trajectory. In the early 2000s, amidst the neon-lit landscape of animated television, Futurama emerged as a beacon of wit and imagination, first airing its debut episode Space Pilot 3000 on March 28, 1999 on the Fox network. Set in the sprawling 31st century, it chronicled the misadventures of Fry, a slacker unwittingly thawed out from 1,000 years of cryogenic sleep alongside a motley crew including a feisty space captain named Leela and a cantankerous robot named Bender. From the beginning, Fox doomed the show to failure, allowing it to air in the prime-time 8:30 p.m. weekend slot right after The Simpsons for only 2 episodes, before moving it to the less favourable midweek animation domination slot on Tuesdays, next to shows like King of the Hill, The PJs, and Family Guy, even though the show debuted with 19 million viewers, besting The Simpsons airing before it. It soon lost half of its audience due to this historic blunder, as Matt Groening called it. Thankfully, by the end of the first season, viewership was on the rise, and at the start of the second season, Fox let them return to the prime-time 8:30 p.m. weekend slot, for only 4 episodes.
That's all? But
Now, there'll be plenty of time to discuss your objections when and if you return.
The show was pushed up in the schedule to 7 p.m. in order to make room for Malcolm in the Middle, forcing Futurama to air after the weekend sports ball shows. If these sports shows ran into overtime, like they often did, the Futurama episode would be shelved. This led to the 4 original production seasons of Futurama being split into 5 different broadcast seasons, airing episodes inconsistently and out of chronological order, hurting the show as it heavily focused on continuity and multi-episode arcs. That's why on Disney Plus, the show has 12 seasons, despite there only being 8 produced, with 1 more in the works. Fox did not care about the show, leaving it in its poor time slot for the rest of its original run, sometimes only airing 1 episode a month until they cancelled the show in 2003.
Why did they cancel Futurama?
When the show won its first Emmy for Roswell That Ends Well, they didn't even call Matt or showrunner David X. Cohen to let them know about it. After 72 episodes, the show was done. Not technically cancelled, but Fox never asked for another season to be produced, citing poor viewership and high production costs. Just before the show finished, it had hit its stride with fans who considered the last half of season 4 or technically season 5, to be the best the show had ever been, with episodes like Luck of the Fryrish and Jurassic Bark, where we learn that Fry's loyal dog was waiting for him this whole time, touching hearts of meatbags worldwide. Knowing their time was up, writer Ken Keeler wrote the first series finale of the show, The Devil's Hands Are Idle Playthings, which aired on August 10th, 2003. The episode was an emotional, open-ended way to say goodbye to fans, leaving the show on a positive note without locking in finality. They had more futuristic stories to tell, but for now, they'd put a nice bow on it and held out hope that one day the show would return.
Another classic science fiction show canceled before its time.
I've never heard of such a brutal and shocking injustice that I cared so little about.
In the early 2000s, cable TV was expanding, and Cartoon Network was looking for shows to fill up their late-night Adult Swim lineup. Following its cancellation by Fox in 2003, the syndication rights for Futurama and Family Guy were acquired by Cartoon Network for $10 million, with Fox still owning the show. Futurama began airing reruns on Adult Swim on January 12, 2003 to huge success. This move was crucial for the show's survival. Adult Swim, known for its original, edgy, and adult-oriented content, as well as often airing reruns of many cancelled animated shows, was an ideal fit for Futurama's unique blend of humour, science fiction, and mature themes. Airing on Adult Swim introduced Futurama to a new audience who may have not caught the show during its original Fox run. The dedicated viewership of Adult Swim who appreciated innovative and offbeat animated content quickly took to Futurama. The show enjoyed strong ratings and performed well in the time slots, proving that it had a solid fanbase. Futurama continued to air on Adult Swim until 2007, when the contract ended and Comedy Central acquired the syndication rights for the show. This transition marked another pivotal moment for the show. This renewed interest in the previously cancelled shows and the recent rise in people watching DVDs led Fox to make a deal to revive Family Guy for a direct-to-DVD movie and then start releasing Family Guy seasons on DVD. Do you remember DVDs? Leave a comment if you ever had Family Guy or Futurama on a DVD. Seeing how well the Family Guy DVDs were selling, Fox approached Matt, who had been trying to revive Futurama the whole time, with an offer to make 2 to 3 new Futurama direct-to-DVD movies. At the same time, Comedy Central was also asking for a new 16-episode season of the show for their own network.
Hooray! People are paying attention to me.
Thankfully, Comedy Central let the team be more creatively free, simply saying, just make the show. All three parties came together on an agreement to make 4 direct-to-DVD movies that would later each be split up into 4 episodes, giving Fox its movies and Comedy Central its 16-episode season, now being its 6th broadcast season, with only small cuts made to the movies to fit the episodic runtime. Fox remained non-committal to producing a new season the whole time the movies were in production, leading Ken Keeler to again write an open ending of the 4th movie, Into the Wild Green Yonder, as the 2nd series finale, with every character making an appearance in the show's most expensive scene ever, with Fry and Leela finally saying,
"Well, this is the end. There were so many things I wanted to say to you.
Like what?
Like, this is not the end, but mostly just, I love you, Leela."
Maybe I waited too long to say this, but I love you too. Wormhole!
Matt and Cohen never gave up hope, and in 2009, Futurama was revived once again with 26 new episodes split into broadcast seasons 7 and 8, airing on Comedy Central in 2010 during a primetime slot, thanks in part to its strong performance in reruns and DVD sales.
Of course! That was the Panama Wormhole, Earth's central channel for shipping. How humorous. Yes, it's sort of a Comedy Central channel. And we're on it now!
I get it!
Fox, however, was not done playing games. They gave the show a minuscule budget that would half the writing team, demanding a shorter turnaround on new episodes, and even announced the return of the show before the voice actors had been signed on. This was Fox's attempt to pay them less, using the announcement and hype from fans saying the show would be made with or without them, even sending out audition calls to replace them when asking for fair pay. Thankfully, a deal was made with Fox, paying slightly more but not quite what the cast had been asking for. The revival of Futurama was not merely a resurrection, but a reinvention, buoyed by the success of its DVD releases, which solidified its status as a cult classic. The show returned with renewed vigour. Freed from the constraints of traditional broadcast television, Futurama's revival allowed for more daring storytelling and deeper character exploration. Unsure if Comedy Central would order another season, a 3rd series finale, Overclockwise, was written by, you guessed it, Ken Keeler, the two-time series finale expert, ending this series with yet another touching moment. Thankfully, it was not the end of the show, with Comedy Central eventually agreeing to another 26 episodes that would start airing in 2012, split up into broadcast seasons 9 and 10. Thankfully this time, only slightly out of order. The impact of this revival was immediately felt in the show's creative landscape, episodes becoming more experimental, pushing the boundaries of its sci-fi premise while delving into the emotional cores of its characters. The narrative scope was expanded, tackling existential themes with a blend of humour and poignancy that it became a hallmark for the series. This resurgence also saw Futurama embrace its status as a cultural touchstone, guest appearances, meta-commentary on its own cancellation, and irreverent humour that highlighted contemporary issues all became a part of its evolving identity. Fans rejoiced as their favourite characters returned with new depth and complexity, reaffirming Futurama's place not just in television history, but in the hearts of its loyal viewers.
Futurama is brought to you by
Slurm Zero! None of the flavor, all of the addiction! Where wazzle!
As Futurama soared to new heights during its triumphant revival, fans enjoyed the show's rejuvenated energy and bold storytelling. However, just as the future seemed bright, a second cancellation loomed on the horizon. In 2013, the future of Futurama once again hung in the balance, this time at the mercy of network decisions. Despite its enduring popularity and critical acclaim, Comedy Central made the difficult choice to end the series, citing various factors including viewership metrics and programming strategy.
How does a show get canceled this many times by this many networks?
The second cancellation of Futurama marked a poignant chapter in its storied history. Faced with what could have been its final curtain call, the show's creators and writers responded with a blend of reflection and innovation. Knowing that this could be their last opportunity to bid farewell to fans, they crafted episodes that not only celebrated the series' legacy, but also offered closure to its beloved characters. One such episode that epitomized this farewell was Meanwhile, serving as the fourth series finale.
I'm going to give you my definition. We call it a final episode if at the time we wrote it, we thought it was going to be our final episode. This is our fourth final episode, and I think it's probably our best last episode ever.
In this conclusion, written by none other than the man himself, Ken Keeler, we witness Fry and Leela's timeless love story culminate in a heartfelt and fitting resolution. Meanwhile, not only provided closure for its central characters, but also encapsulated the essence of Futurama's humour and heart, leaving fans with a sense of finality while honouring the spirit and adventure that defined the series. Despite the disappointment of Cancellation, Futurama's second departure was not without its silver linings. It allowed the show to bow out gracefully on its own terms and reinforced its legacy as a beacon of intelligence and wit in animated television.
Now, I personally liked this finale. I was sad to see the show go, but I was content with the way it left. It did genuinely feel like a heartfelt goodbye from the show.
Just when it seemed like Futurama had bid its final farewell, another chapter began.
I'm still convinced that Futurama somehow will go to season 10. It'll just take us till 2024 to get there.
Maybe they'll drop a new season.
Yeah, fat chance, sweatpants. It got canceled 10 years ago. TV shows don't come back after that. No way. Not on broadcast or cable.
What about Hulu? They'll bring back any old crap.
Good thinking. Maybe we can get them to reboot it as a streaming series.
In 2023, the series returned once more, proving that its futuristic adventures and timeless humour were far from over. On July 24th, 2023, Futurama made its third comeback, this time on Hulu or Disney+. The new season, consisting of 20 episodes, was split into two broadcast halves, seasons 11 and 12, with the first 10 episodes airing on July 24th, 2023, and the final 10 episodes airing on July 29th, 2024.
Which final season? They got canceled like 3 or 4 times.
Loserama.
The final season.
Futurama was back. Well, everyone but John DiMaggio, aka Bender, who was holding back as he felt the streaming residuals were too low for him and his castmates, and with AI on the rise replacing actors, there was legitimate concern. This time, however, Disney, who now owns Fox and Hulu, won the pay battle, rejecting John's counteroffer, announcing the show without him, saying that they would just use guest stars to voice Bender. John eventually caved, not wanting the downfall of the revival to be his doing.
Robert? Nah, I'm just yanking your ass. We're back, baby!
This revival not only brought back familiar faces, but also introduced new storylines that resonated with fans both old and new. The show continued to explore humorous and often poignant aspects of its futuristic setting, reaffirming its relevance in the ever-evolving landscape of animated television. As Futurama's journey continues, it remains a testament to the enduring power of imaginative storytelling and unwavering support of its fanbase. Seeing the show's triumphant return to streaming, Hulu has ordered a second 20-episode season for themselves that's yet to be announced. This will be production season 9 and broadcast seasons 13 and 14, and I can't wait to watch them as long as it doesn't get cancelled in the meantime. The repeated cancellations of Futurama only seem to harden its fanbase, giving them time to fall nostalgic for the show. Each time the show faced an uncertain future, fans rallied with petitions, social media campaigns, and unwavering support. This passionate dedication elevated Futurama to cult status, where its influence extended beyond mere viewership numbers. Fan conventions, cosplay, and a thriving online community kept the spirit of Futurama alive. Celebrating its quirky characters and unforgettable moments, the show's humour and heart resonated deeply, creating a loyal following that viewed the universe not just as a series, but as a beloved part of their lives. Despite its turbulent broadcast history, Futurama's impact on animation and the science fiction genre is undeniable. It pushed the boundaries of what animated series could achieve, paving the way for more mature, narrative-driven animation series like BoJack Horseman, Invincible, and Dan Harmon, Rick and Morty's co-creator, to say the show is a blend of The Simpsons and Futurama. Futurama demonstrated that animated shows could tackle complex themes such as love, loss, and existentialism while maintaining humour and relatability. This approach has inspired a new generation of creators who see animation not just as a medium for children's entertainment, but as a versatile form of storytelling for all ages. Moreover, the show's innovative use of science fiction tropes and its ability to weave intricate long-term story arcs have been acknowledged by writers and producers across the industry. Episodes like the Emmy Award-winning The Late Philip J. Fry showcase time travel storytelling with emotional depth and narrative sophistication, influencing how future series approach similar themes. As we've seen, each cancellation of Futurama was not an end, but a new beginning. These interruptions forced the creators to innovate and allowed the show to evolve in ways that might not have been possible otherwise. The series' ability to come back stronger each time speaks to the resilience and creativity of its creators and the unwavering support of its fans. The enduring legacy of Futurama is a testament to the power of storytelling and the strength of a dedicated fanbase. It's a show that has defied the odds time and time again and continues to captivate audiences with its humour, heart, and imaginative vision of the future.
But for now, I'll leave you with the wise words of Philip J. Fry, a man whose life can only be explained in the video linked down below. Thanks for watching.
Well, first, I guess, don't reboot a show if the quality isn't gonna be there. But more importantly, let me say this. Viewers must binge responsibly, the same way they smoke cigarettes or drink bleach. In my opinion, they must stream no more than 10 episodes in a row, and no less. But it's not just the viewer's responsibility. Any TV show that truly cares about its audience, that loves and respects them must be canceled every few years. It's simply the right thing to do. Thank you.
Now you know something.